Currently trendy or fashionable articles of clothing when mathematically added to a mental state of mind where one considers himself popular and cool, similarly combined mathematically with motions of hand muscles that were created recently equals the quintessential dance of the mid to late 2010s. Currently, there are some distributed items that are more popular than other items. A particular category of such items is clothing, or pieces of cloth that human beings wear above the skin. As spoken above generally, some clothes are viewed in society as cooler than other clothes. When a person possesses cool clothes, he or she has accomplished the first step in this boy's equation. The variable of cool clothes is then added to a disagreeable and contrary nature, put briefly as attitude. Although commonly frowned upon in society, the state of having an attitude is common among the youth of today, and is often characterized by rebellion. This state of being must be combined with the previous variable of cool clothing to complete this boy's equation. Additionally, particular motions made by the hands must also be added. Not just any hand moves will suffice, however, this particular variable of hand motion comes with a qualifier, that of newness. Should someone attempting to solve this boy's equation use hand moves that are old or otherwise not new, he or she wouldn't arrive at the desired outcome. But when hand moves of a generally newer nature are executed in conjunction with popular clothing and a disagreeable nature, the solution becomes clear. Thankfully this boy solves the equation for us, letting us know that the answer is indeed the dab, a popular dance move created in the mid-2010s.
In every culture, there are certain customs, habits, and things that are looked upon favorably. Participating in these favorable actions makes one higher up on the social ladder than other people who do not participate in these actions. In this particular instance, the thing being looked upon favorably is clothing, often consisting of shirts, pants, undergarments, socks, and various selections of garments based upon the current season. But clothing itself isn't enough to be popular. No, the clothes need to be agreed upon by a large population as to be trendy and current in order for the clothing to be looked upon favorably. When one decides to wear one of these said pieces of clothing that have been decided upon as trendy, that person has completed the first step towards an eventual goal, a goal that will be made clear at the conclusion of this equation. This particular equation involves addition, where the first part is fashionable clothing. This is then added to the second part of the equation, which is stated somewhat ambiguously, but assertively. This second variable in the equation involves a particular manner of thought different from that of an average human population. Whereas traits like kindness, punctuality, and intelligence are favorable traits in most cultures of the modern world, our main protagonist is suggesting here that a more desirable trait is that of attitude, which is briefly defined by Google.com as truculent or uncooperative behavior, a resentful or antagonistic manner. Because this is the second variable in our main protagonist's equation, it is implied that in order to achieve the desired and eventual solution to the equation, one must possess both clothes commonly thought of as cool and popular, as well as a state of mind where one rejects agreeableness in favor of a negative worldview identified with resentfulness and truculence. This, however, does not complete the aforementioned equation, as there is one more variable that must be addressed and added to the previous two variables in order to arrive at the correct outcome. This third element is perhaps the most important of the three variables in the equation because this third part actually constitutes an action, not a state of being or a possession. This particular action involves the motion of one's interossei, hypothenar, thenar, lumbrical, adductor pollicis, and abductor pollicis longus muscles, all of which are commonly found in a particular human extremity known as the hand. In order for the motion created by these various muscles to be part of the main protagonist's equation, they must be performed in a manner that indicates relatively recent conception and even more recent popularizing. This means that the motions created by the hand extremities cannot have been done regularly before this particular moment where our protagonist vocalizes this equation to us. When the hand moves of recent innovation and popularity are married to the negative state of being characterized by disagreeableness and defiance, as well as multiple articles of wearable fabric that are looked upon as current and favorable, one can finally find the solution to the equation. This final destination of mathematics that is a result of the addition of previous elements spoken of here is a dance move, one well known among younger members of modern society. This motion of dance is performed by moving one's arm extremities to either the left or right direction, with the arm opposite the direction being moved and being in a state of bentness, approximately a right angle, which is 90 degrees. While performing this action, the perpetrator of this dance motion also turns his or her head in a direction opposite to that of the arm motion, bringing the head into or towards the crook of the elbow being bent. This element of dance is widely known as the dab, and this is the final solution to our main protagonist's equation.